Greetings towards my Century Galaxy Kingdom. It's Centuryman here, so this is my review of WCW Monday Nitro for the 26th of February 1996. So it's been a long time since I reviewed an episode of Monday Nitro. I think the last one I reviewed was way back in February. That was a couple of months ago. I haven't reviewed a Nitro ever since. I'm trying to get back reviewing some WCW content. The last WCW show I reviewed was the first episode of Thunder. I'm trying to get back on track, reviewing some Nitros, Thunder, Clash of the Champion shows, pay-per-views, trying to do any type of WCW related videos. Anyway, so this is the first Nitro after Super Bowl 6. This show was in Knoxville, Tennessee. So the first match to kick off this episode of Nitro, we got Sting, one half of the WCW Tag Team Champions, versus Big Bubba. Big Bubba is formerly known as Big Boss Man in the WWF. Anyway, this match was decent, a decent opener, way better than their match at Uncensored 1995. I covered that show last year on this channel, go and check it out. You know, I kind of overhyped that match at Uncensored between Sting and Big Bubba. It's just, you know, I just overhyped it and I watched it back again. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a great match, you know, because Uncensored 95 was the drizzling shits. That was a shitstorm of a pay-per-view. Holy crap. Anyway, so it was a decent opener. Sting hit Big Bubba with not a tombstone power driver, I think it was a normal, regular power driver. Sting was going for I think it was a corkscrew off the top rope, but Bubba got his knees at the last minute. In the end, Big Bubba trying to hit a move off the top rope. Sting kind of pushed him off, hit the crossbody onto Big Bubba to win. And then afterwards, you got the first segment of this Nitro with the Tag Team Champions, that is Sting and Luger, and the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. They cut the shit promo because the Road Warriors, they are good on the mic, but this is not their best promo. Basically, they were talking shit towards Luger, saying he's not from Chicago, but I think they're kind of right. They're kind of right. But, because Luger was born in New York, and, and for the Road Warriors, they're not really from Chicago. I think Hawk is from Minnesota, and Animal's from, what's that state in America? Philadelphia. He's from Philly. Hawk is from Minnesota, and Luger's from New York. And also, they called Luger a cheap shot and a washing machine. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And also, they challenged Sting and Luger to a Chicago street fight. They kind of set the challenge. And also, Hawk says, maybe you're from Chicago after all. And he said about fighting some gorilla in a suit. It's like, holy crap, that's a crap promo. And then, they kind of set the challenge, and Luger says, he kind of shouted, says, what the hell's a Chicago street fight? And move on to the next match of this Nitro. We got Lex Luger versus the Renegade. First time we saw the Renegade, I think it was way back in October of 95, after Jimmy Hart basically wiping the R in the face of Rick Wilson. That's the Renegade. The Renegade's a proper ripoff of the Ultimate Warrior. People give the Ultimate Warrior some shit because he buried him in some magazine article. Yeah, it's kind of right because, people just not buying Rick Wilson as he's the new Warrior. It's just give me a fucking break. He's basically ripped off the Ultimate Warriors. How the fuck? WCW never got a lawsuit by the WWF. How the hell they never got sued? That is that's the reason why Hellwood, did the burial, because he's no way near the Warrior. Anyway, Rick Wilson, he kind of improved in this match. I feel with Luger kind of carried him to an okay match. In the end, yeah, Jimmy Hart, he's kind of like, yeah, he's still part of the Dungeon of Doom, kind of associate with Luger. He kind of pushed, the Renegade. Almost say Rick Wilson, but he is the Renegade Rick Wilson. He pushed the Renegade off. He was going for like a move at the top rope, and Jimmy Hart pushed him out. In the end, Luger locked in the torture rack onto the Renegade for the win, and then he got Sting. Base and Luger kind of argue, talk about, Luger says, I don't know how Jimmy Hart got involved, and then Luger kind of raised the Renegade's arm, and that was it. I don't know, the booking's a bit meh. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it at this point in the time. I know Kevin Sullivan is the booker at this time in WCW, but Luger, he was kind of like a tweener at this moment of the time. Yeah, he turned heel at Halloween Havoc 95 to join the Dungeon of Doom. And then, yeah, he's kind of like a tweener at this moment of the time, I don't get it. Ever since he teamed up with Sting, I thought he's going to turn on Sting. He ended up feuding years later, but really, it's very weird booking. Anyway, that was an okay match between Renegade and Luger. The next match, that was match number 2. So there's 4 matches, by the way. Yeah, match number 3. This has got to be match of the night. We got Holland Heat versus the Road Warriors. This was a good match. The babyfaces, got their moments, and then the bulk of the match, you had Holland Heat got their heat. The ending was a bit fucking weird, and also Booker T, I like when he was a heel, he always does that shout. You go, oh, I kind of laugh every time he does that. Yeah, the ending was a bit weird. The referee basically is out of the ring. I think that was Stevie Ray and Animal. Booker T hit Hawk with the Holland Hangover. Referee is still out of the ring. In the end, Hawk pins Booker T for the victory. Yeah, it was a good match, and the ending of this match was a bit weird to me. It was kind of, you can call it bad, but it's just what it is. So basically, yeah, we got the Road Warriors are facing Sting and Luger for the tag team titles. I think that's at Uncensored 96. I don't want to talk about that show anytime soon. That is, fucking Doomsday Cage. Holy crap. But that's yeah, Chicago Street Fight. I don't know. Let's move on to the next match. And by the way, it was a good match between Holland Heat and the Road Warriors. I think the Road Warriors are the veterans, yeah, and the Holland Heat are the younger guys. Yeah, I think they're not that young at the time. I think Stevie Ray is in his 60s right now. So back then he was probably in his mid-30s or mid-30s, and Booker T's just in his early 30s. Yeah, it's basically the old veterans putting over the young talent. Actually, they didn't put over Holland Heat. They beat Holland Heat. So move on to the next match, the main event. So the main event, we got a 6-man tag team match. We've got the WCW World Champion Ric Flair, the Enforcer Arn Anderson. At this moment in time, the Horseman is done. It was done because Brian Pillman got fired. Yeah, he left WCW, go to ECW, appeared at that CyberSlam show. Basically, Bischoff fired him. It's after defense of Super 06 in the I Respect You strap match between Brian Pillman and Kevin Sullivan. He kind of broke the fourth wall. Pillman says, I respect you, Booker Man, because at the time, Kevin Sullivan was the booker in WCW. Yeah, and he basically, Bischoff fired him to go to ECW. That was one of Bischoff's many backfires in WCW. Yeah, he had a cup of coffee in ECW, and then he goes to the WWF, rest is history, anyway. So yeah, the Horseman was no more. I think they reformed months later with Flair, Arn Anderson, Chris Benoit, and they added Dean Malenko, and also Mongo as well, and Jeff Jarrett. So it's not really a Horseman. It's the 5 Horsemen, or 6 Horsemen. Holy shit! Yeah, this is like what, 14 years before Fortune do it in TNA in 2010. Holy shit! Anyway, back to the six-man tag team match in the main event. So we got the WCW World Champion Ric Flair, the Enforcer Arn Anderson, and the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan versus Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, the Mega Powers, and the Booty Man. And you got a woman, that's Nancy Sullivan, aka Nancy Benoit, and Miss Elizabeth in Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and the Taskmaster Corner. Yeah, the Mega Powers and a Booty Man. Let's talk about the Booty Man. Holy crap, man. At this moment in time, he's no longer the Zodiac. You know, he was part of the Dungeon of Doom. I heard like he was the double agent of Hulk Hogan. Holy shit, man. It's the Booty Man and the Zodiac. It's got to be one of the worst gimmicks for Ed Leslie in WCW. You know, months later he'll become the disciple when the whole NWO invasion kicked off, you know. But, holy shit. I understand he can't become the barber because they end up getting sued by the WWF, like, look of nails. He used that gimmick in WCW. I think it was the Confeds in WCW. They changed the gimmick, you know, lawsuits, and Big Boss Man became the boss. You know, they end up getting sued by the WWF. You know, if they pretend to do that gimmick. Glad they not. Anyway, this match was good. This was a fun main event. In the end, you had Elizabeth and woman trying to trip up Randy Savage, and then basically you had Randy Savage pulled woman and Elizabeth's hair, and then you got Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan cheap shot Randy Savage. And also Booty Man, he was smacking his ass and did like a, because Flair and Booty Man did like the strut off, you know, doing the struts. You know, Ric Flair does the struts. He does his own version of the struts, smacking his ass. And also he had a brief cameo of Kimberly, because at this moment in time, I think she'll be teaming up, you know, pairing with the Booty Man. I'm trying to say, because at this moment in time, I think Johnny B. Bad, he'll be heading out of WCW. He ended up dropping the TV title to Steven Regal. You know, because Johnny B. Bad, Mark Merrill ended up going to the WWF time at the moment with his real life wife Sable. Anyway, and yeah, the Diamond Doll Kimberly become the Booty Girl. Yeah, she ended up reuniting with DDP. You know, years or months later, or was it late '97? Anyway, the match was good, fun to watch. In the end, Hogan and his team got the victory. I think Hogan hit the leg drop onto, I think it was Arn Anderson. And yeah, they got the win, and afterwards the heels got the last laugh. They beat down the babyfaces. Elizabeth kind of locked Hogan with handcuffs, and Flair kind of whipped Hogan with a belt. That was good creative stuff, because the babyfaces, you know, instead of Hogan getting the last laugh, the heels got the last laugh. Flair got the last laugh. So, and that was it. And it's just what it is. You know, I wish they just beat down Savage, you know, whipping Hogan more, and beat down Savage and Booty Man, you know, and stand tall. I think there was a bit rushed in my opinion. So anyway, this was a good episode. Shocking. You know, of the last few episodes I cover throughout the whole of '95 and the early parts of '96, there were okay shows, but you don't call them bad. You know, you can tell like they get better late in years to come. You know, in months to come. You know, with the whole NWO invasion kicked off. But this was a good show. I give it honestly, I'm gonna give it a 7. You know, this was a decent episode of Monday Nitro. This has got to be so far the best episode of Nitro since the debut episode from September of 1995. So, in the good has to be you know the opener, Sting, Big Brother, Harlan Heat versus the Road Warriors. Yeah, the ending was a bit a bit bad. And the main event between Hogan, Savage, Booty Man versus Flair, Taskmaster, and Arn Anderson. The only match in the okay has to be, you know, Luger versus Renegade. That was an okay match because Renegade kind of improved in the ring. The only thing in the bad, there's nothing, no bad matches in the bad. The only thing that has to be in the bad is the Road Warriors promo. I just cannot follow it. That was a bit of a head scratching decision. Who wrote the script for the Road Warriors? I don't, it's way better than what WWE do right now, because all their promos is scripted. So, anyway, so I hope you enjoyed my review of the 26th of February 1996 episode of Monday Nitro. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Click the bell. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit today for more wrestling videos, Marvel stuff, because I'm covering What If and more. And this is Central Man officially signing out. Check you later. There'll be plenty of WCW content, more to come.